Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the CrowdRising webinar update and presentation. My name is Pete Redicup, broadcasting live from Canada here. So great to have you all with us. If you've tuned in via a YouTube recording, great to have you here. If you have any questions at all about tonight's webinar, CrowdRisingCompliance@gmail.com is our official email address where you can send off an email and ask any questions, request to join our team build here, whatever it is, we're here to accommodate and help you. Together with our friends and leaders, I've got Terry Martell with us here from Maine and our wonderful friend Chappy down from Florida. And we've got an exciting lineup here for you tonight, and a little bit of information to share with you here, but I want to begin by just saying thank you for your loyalty and your continued support to all of our CrowdRising members. As most of you know, we've been around for well over a year now. It's June 19th, 2017 here today, and of course, CrowdRising beta launched in April of last year, and we officially launched May 2nd, so well over a year here and going strong, ladies and gentlemen. And that is a wonderful place to be, where something is solid and something is that's still around and still doing what it started out doing. I mean, we've made a lot of changes. There have been a lot of modifications, enhancements, and we're going to continue to do that, ladies and gentlemen. So this fall, many of you have heard about our new CrowdRising 2.0 model that's going to make its debut, and it's going to be a fresh, clean build for anyone and everyone who wants to get involved, and it's going to be primarily a Bitcoin and cryptocurrency donation peer-to-peer platform with a brand new build where we're going to start a fresh, clean slate, and we'll leave the CrowdRising, the team build, and all the elements that we've got running right now. We'll leave them intact, so those that are building and those that are doing the team build or the traditional build, that does not get messed up for them, that they can just continue and proceed and do what they wish to do. Now, obviously, we've had the team build going for a while, and we've had a few different phases here for the team build, and Terry Martell has been managing that, and she's been doing a wonderful job, and basically we've opened it up where people can invite people into their own team build positions. So that's been a really good thing. It's not going gangbusters. I mean, we've got lots of room for improvement. We've got lots of room for new people to come on board, and many have joined us. And we've got a really good friend here today, one of our CrowdRising leaders that's been with us from really the beginning, and his name is Chris Chapman out of Florida, and he's a great trainer, a great educator, and just a dear friend, and we appreciate him a lot, and you're going to be hearing from him shortly. But before I go on, I want to just give the microphone over to our wonderful head moderator, Terry Martell, who's been doing a really awesome job with managing the support and so many other aspects of CrowdRising. She just takes care of things, and I appreciate her so much. So we're going to hear from Terry real quickly, and then Terry will turn it back to me, and we'll hear from our friend Chappy as well, and we're going to talk a little bit about some additional things, but I'll save those till we hear from Terry. So join me and welcome.
Thank you, Pete, and welcome everybody to our Monday night webinar. We are expecting some strong storms again within the hour, so I'm going to cut this short and sweet so we can get everything in tonight. With that being said, I'm looking for suggestions in ways that we can get more people to jump on board. If you have a message or any great ideas, we would welcome them immensely. The other thing I just want to say is we have been receiving them, new members on a daily basis, 2 to 3, which is great. We'd like to see more, but on the other hand, I know every one of you that, or must know at least 3 people that you could bring into this team build. I know I have one person under my team right now, and she's doing a fantastic job. I got a stage 2 donation today, which was very surprise to me. So they're still coming in, guys. So talk to as many people as you can. If you need some help on how to approach people, send me an email to the CrowdRisingCompliance@gmail.com. I will be glad to help you out in any way, shape, and form that I can. And I have one last thing to say, and it's a quote, and it goes, if you change your thoughts, you will change your world. And with that being said, I'll turn it over to Pete.
Thank you so much, Terry. I appreciate you and all that you do for the CrowdRising community. Now, moving forward, guys, we're going to be doing some amazing things come this fall, and summer's generally a little bit of a slower time, but it doesn't have to be slow. I mean, it all depends on you, the individual, how serious you want to get involved with CrowdRising and how quickly you want those donations to come in. You are the variable, and your advertising and your marketing efforts will really, define what you receive in donations. If you're hungry and you're serious, you can make this happen very, very quickly for yourself, because let's face it, if you have any vacancies on your front row, that row of 5, you can fill those vacancies up real quick, whether it's in the team build, the regular build, it doesn't matter. But you know what? The beautiful thing is this is peer-to-peer. The donation goes directly to you. The more you engage your people, start working with them, like Terry said, she just got a stage 2 donation today, that boils down to helping someone that's on your front line and getting their people beneath them motivated so that they're stepping up. Clearly, when they step up as a level 2 participant steps up to stage 2, that's going to go to you. So congratulations to everyone that is working it and that is sharing the CrowdRising model. We've got some great things happening, and it's only going to get better because we're going to stir up some momentum here, ladies and gentlemen, with the launch of our CrowdRising 2.0 model, the idea of accepting cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin only in this model. We're going to basically create a beautiful site, and the site's going to have a script attached to it, very similar to what CrowdRising is right now. But the only difference will be there may be a few different twists, there may be a few different little angles for you to market and for you to get people motivated, and you'll see like some of the popular cryptocurrency logos on the site, like Ethereum, Dash, Litecoin, and so people will know that this is a platform they can use to create utility for their coins that they are a part of. So to create awareness for these coins, to receive donations from any publicly traded cryptocurrency, and of course Bitcoin being the granddaddy. I mean, Bitcoin's been on a tear lately. I mean, as high as 3,000 and toggling in between the $2,600–2,700 mark at the time of this webinar. So it's really an exciting time to be part of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, because ultimately it is the largest transfer of wealth in human history. And it's happening where many people aren't even aware that it's happening. And we live in a very exciting time right now. And for all those people that are not involved in cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, I really want to encourage them to get involved. And our CrowdRising 2.0 model is going to create some awareness for people that maybe just want to start with opening a Bitcoin wallet, getting a few $20 donations into their Bitcoin account or their Ethereum account, whatever cryptocurrency that you are really favoring. You can offer your people to donate to you, and you can teach them how to set up wallets for these different cryptocurrencies and even start minting the cryptocurrencies. And it's an education process, and it's a lot of fun, and it can be very rewarding. So watch for that and just stay connected, stay engaged with us, because you're going to hear many different things that are going to come to you from this channel. Now, one of the additional things I'm going to talk about real quickly, and I know, Chappy, I did leave you a voicemail in regards to this. One of the programs that we are actively going to be endorsing to our CrowdRising community is the Questra Agam business model. It's an investment out of Portugal, out of Spain. They've got offices all over the world, in from Russia to South Africa to all over. And this company has been absolutely on fire. We decided to diversify into Questra Agam a while back, and I'm going to be encouraging all of the leaders in CrowdRising to take up a position with either Chappy, as soon as we get Chappy in here, myself, Terry, and we're going to be bringing these people in, whether you want to start with a small investment of 90 euros, and you can do it with Bitcoin or Ethereum, or you want to go all the way to 5 million. They have packages that range from 90 to 5 million. So it pays you every week. It's very passive, and it's a very, very unique model. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just send you a little information here. My personal domain that I've got is dreambeliefs.net, dreambeliefs.net. It will take you to a video presentation. Now, all I want you to do with this page is just take a look at the video, take a look at the model, understand it, get back to Terry, Chappy, myself, or any one of the leaders here. Gerhard and the Wealth Rising community are all diversified into the Agam Questra model as well. And you get paid every Friday. And it usually averages around 4 to 7%. In that range is what you receive every single Friday, whether you recruit or you don't recruit. It's a beautiful, beautiful business model. They've been in business for 7+ years, very reputable, phenomenal track record, and Atlantic Global Asset Management is they're an asset management company, and they do many, many different things. I'm not going to go over the business model here today with you. You can all click on that link, dreambeliefs.net, and just review the information for yourself and see if it's for you. If it's for you, great. We can get you started, whether it's a 290, a 270, it multiplies by 3. So the smallest package is 90 euros, 270, 810, 2430, and everyone that decides to join starts at a package that they're comfortable with, and then obviously if you share it with your friends and you recruit, you do phenomenal. You get paid instantly in real time, and the commissions are very, very generous. So I've done very well, and naturally when you do really well with something, it's just natural to share it with other people that you care about and that you want them to grow your Bitcoins a bit, grow your cryptocurrencies a bit. This is a model that is so worth pursuing. Now, why are we doing this? Well, first of all, we want you guys to be earning. I mean, CrowdRising is a great platform for you to introduce your friends, your family, your nonprofit organizations to CrowdRising. But you see, now you'll have an edge. You'll be able to say, listen, we're also diversifying for those that want to and want to earn weekly. Every Friday is payday in Questra. There's two sides to the fence. Questra is kind of the networking side of it, and Agam is the investment side of it. Atlantic Global Asset Management. They're an asset management company, and they're powerful, and they've got an amazing track record. So really want to invite you guys to just take a look at it. There's no pressure. If you're not interested, that's fine. Just disregard this part. This is only for those that want to grow their Bitcoins and want to grow an extra stream of income on the side that we feel is really, really solid. So with that being said, we have got a great, wonderful speaker in the house today, and I've enjoyed listening to our friend Chappy from right from the beginning of CrowdRising. I heard him on one of our webinars last year in May, I think it was, and I was so impressed with his speaking ability and his training ability, and he just hits the nail on the head. And Chappy's been just a real solid individual who loves to help people, and we're going to hear from him. So, ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming our friend Chappy.
Okay, type in yes if you can hear me. Yeah, I see the mic thing going on. So, okay. Yeah, thank you for the introduction, Pete, and give my regards to Gerhard as well. And hello, Terry, and the rest of you that are on listening. I really didn't have a planned speech today, but there were some things that been happening for the last several days. One of them is mainly the big one, is a good friend of mine that I've been doing business with for the last 6 or 7 years died yesterday of cancer. And in a thinking about his death and our relationship is pretty much what I want to talk about on the call tonight. It's about planning ahead, expecting what you want, because what you did yesterday is going to have an impact on today and tomorrow. And I say that because we are in asset protection business. We protect people's assets, and and that's planning ahead. And some people can't afford asset protection. Some people don't want to afford it. Some people just want to go on day to day, day to day. But for those who have been going on day to day, day to day, you know, when you go to, if you plan a trip from one state to another, you make a plan. You plan what route you're going to take, how much money do you have. And a lot of people may have just enough money to to uh, just get to where you're going. And if you had a breakdown, a flat tire, or your motor blew up, or whatever, you may not have enough money uh, to facilitate getting to your place where you plan to go. And in life, that happens a lot. You know, a lot of us don't have enough money in the bank account to sustain ourselves in a time of a hurricane or in time of a bad storm, and or have plans for if something should happen to you. I used to think I was invincible because I was healthy, I'm energetic, I'm 70 years old, but 2 years ago I had a heart attack, and that really brought me down to I'm not really invincible. And we always think, well, that ain't going to happen to me, because if you did, you wouldn't walk out the door if you thought it would happen to you. So we all live in a dream world, kind of. But the people who live in reality, like my friend who had just died, he had a trust asset protection. Now, I'm not selling asset protection, don't get me wrong, but it's the picture I'm painting. He had asset protection. He had his bank accounts. He had all his assets, or the assets that he turned over to the trust, and that he was the manager and trustee of, so that when he died, there was no probate. Because probate's expensive. When you go to court, who loses and who wins? The lawyers win, the courts will win, and the heirs to the property or to the bank accounts are the one who loses, because who's going to pay the trustees? Who's going to, in the probate, who's going to pay the lawyers, the judges, and so forth? Well, the whatever in probate pays for the probate. So the ones who are collecting the money are the ones that loses. So with this program, CrowdRising, you want to make people think. You remember I said last week, if you help enough people get what they want, you'll get everything in life that you want, and that's a Zig Ziglar term. But a lot of people are not realizing what they want, because you're not making them think about it. Make them think about it like, what if the economy just went downhill and there was no jobs, there was no money, no nothing? How would that affect your life for the next week? And a lot of people say, man, we would starve. We don't even own our own house. We couldn't pay the rent. You think the guy It's going to let you live there for free. And if you didn't have the money to get someplace else, where would you go? What kind of tent would you have? What kind of umbrella would you keep to stay out of the rain when you try to sleep in the rain? I mean, it gets down to the elements of what's going to happen next if something negative happens to you. And so when you plan a trip, you always want to plan to have enough money. You always want to plan what hotels you're going to stay in, or what where you want to go and how you want to get there. Do you want to fly? Do you want to drive? And so forth. A lot of people just can't make those decisions because they don't have enough money to make those decisions. Now, we all know money will not buy you happiness. Absolutely. It will. The most corrupt, evil, uh, sorry people have a lot of money. And there's a lot of happy people that don't have money. But they're only happy to a certain point. Because I never met anybody that was happy and thrilled that they couldn't afford to go to a doctor, that they couldn't afford to get a better car, they couldn't afford to get health food instead of the garbage we eat for their children, or they couldn't get medicine and so forth because they didn't have enough money. How many people can be happy living like that? Well, through the efforts of CrowdRising and the people that brought this together, you can make a difference in everybody's lives that you touch. Everybody that you meet, you can make a difference. Get your thinking cap on and see how they're living, see what they're doing. If they're, if you run up with somebody who's got a lot of jewelry and, they got a fancy car, don't you think for a minute they're not in debt. Don't assume that they're rich and they don't have debt. Do you know that many athletes, football players and baseball players, so forth, file bankruptcy? I don't know if this is accurate or not, so don't write it down. But the way that I understand it, over 60% of the athletes file bankruptcy. Now, these guys make millions of dollars. But, oh no, it was 30% of the athletes and 70% of people who win the lottery go bankrupt. You know why? Because when they got it, they spend it. They don't plan ahead. So here's an opportunity, CrowdRising, peer-to-peer donation platform. You give, and then you receive. So you got a plan on who you're going to give to and who you're going to receive from. Now, you may not choose who you're going to receive from, but you can certainly choose who you're going to give to. And then when you get people that you show how, by signing up for free, it's free to join, it's free to use. But if you don't use it, then it's not going to be open to you for very long. If somebody gives you a free bus ticket to New York, on a certain bus on a certain time, you think that's going to be there for, anytime you choose to do it? I don't think so. So you got to, you got to activate your account. You got to make a one-time out-of-pocket $20 donation to your sponsor. Now, with that, you're showing that, hey, I'm in it for the game. Now I need to help somebody. You're not helping somebody to get your $20, okay? You're not doing that to get your $20 back. If you are, don't bother getting in. What you're doing is you're helping somebody to get activated so they can help other people to get activated, and they can help other people get activated, and then show them find out first what their dream is. What is it in life they always wanted to do, but haven't been able to accomplish due to lack of time or money? And if you can get the answer to that question, then you can show somebody how they can get what they want and how they, what they want to accomplish that they haven't been able to. You can show them how they can do it, because time is money and money pays for time, doesn't it? Because, you may have to go to work, but you may not have time to do something else, because why? You're going to work to chase that money. But if you didn't have to go to work anymore, now you have all the time to do whatever you would like to do. How nice is that? How great is that? So have a dream to build other people's lives and help them get what they want. Once you can show how people get what they want, they will move heaven and earth to get to it. Believe me, I've been through it, I've done it, and I'm ready to do it again. Okay? And last week I said I'm going to get started, next week or very shortly after. Well, I'm in the very shortly after yet, because I got to plan my strategies and my steps. I just don't want to jump into the middle of the crowd and yay, hey, let's go. I gotta find individuals, I gotta plan it, and I will show you by example on how this thing works. Okay? So with that, I'm going to close because I got to get off. I got it's 7:30 in my part of the world, and so with that being said, keep in mind you got to make a plan, and before you can make a plan, you got to plan. Well, what is it you're going to make a plan for? Is it you're going to make a plan to make $100, or are you going to make a plan to receive, $100,000? And then what would you do with that money? How many people will you help with it? And so forth. So again, if you help enough people get what they want, you'll get everything in life that you want. And that is a quote from my icon, Zig Ziglar. I mean, I was a strong student of his for many years, and he, as far as I'm concerned, he's the best. So with that being said, God bless America, and well, God bless the globe. I'm used to talking to Americans, so excuse me. But, we're in a global community in CrowdRising. So let's act global, let's be global, and let's help global. So with that, thank you very much, Pete, and I'll turn it back over to you.
Thank you so much, Chappy. Just really appreciate hearing from you and your words of wisdom. As always, there is so much wonderful information that you always have to give, Chappy, and you give it freely, and I just so appreciate that about you. So there you heard it, ladies and gentlemen, from our wonderful friend Chris Chapman out of Florida. He's one of our leaders in the CrowdRising Team build. Now, real quickly, in closing, I'm not going to ramble on here a long time, but I do want to send a strong signal out here, everyone, because most of you know that when we started the CrowdRising Team build, it really consists of 5 key leaders, and those key leaders on that row of 5 are, number 1, our friend Terry Martell. There's myself. There's Gerhard Rempel. He's more silent. I kind of manage his position. He's doing his thing over in the Wealth Rising side. And then there's our friend Chris Chapman and our friend James Bobo, who's working the team build and a really strong leader as well, and our friend Susan Saunders. Now there's many other leaders beneath them, but that's where the row of 5 began. So why am I sharing this with you? Well, these are your leaders. These are the people that you want to connect with. Now, my personal Skype ID, if anyone has questions, is InvestNow2. INVESTNOW 2, the number 2. So contact me. You've heard us talk a little bit. You've heard Chappy talk a little bit here. Our passion is still here for CrowdRising, ladies and gentlemen. That has not changed. And we are going to be sharing certain projects that we feel are worthy of sharing with our community and inviting them to join us on a first come, first served basis. For example, the Questra, the Agam model. I posted some links in the room here for you guys to look at, and it's up to you folks to decide whether this model is for you or not, whether it's a fit or not. The website that I posted into the room there, the dreambelize.net. Go there, watch the video, find out if it's for you or not. Contact Terry, contact Chappy. And I know Chappy may not know a lot about this. We talked a week ago about it, but we're going to get Chappy set up, and we're going to get anybody in the organization that wants to get started with this and earn passively. And even if it's just small, you just want to start small, that's fine. Test the waters. We want to encourage this, and we want to endorse other endeavors that we feel are really worthy of being endorsed to our community and help them earn a passive stream of income for themselves. And let's face it, who does not want that in today's times? So with that being said, I don't have a lot more here today. Just want to encourage you all to stay very closely connected to the webinars Monday night at 7 p.m., to the Skype rooms, to the Facebook group. Be in contact with any one of the leaders that I just mentioned here. And of course, they are myself, Terry, Gerhard, Chris Chapman, James Bobo, Susan Saunders. These are the row of 5 leaders in the CrowdRising Team build. And we're going to continue to support our network, teach them, help them, guide them, and just reach out a helping hand to really help you guys get on the right foot here. If you want to get started and you're brand new, hey, we're here to help you, guide you, and assist you. And I just want to say thank you to Tom for recording the webinar, to all the other leaders that are on the sidelines. There's many of them, too many to mention here on this call, but you're all very, very appreciated and, of course, welcomed in this community. And I look forward to sharing more with you on Facebook and on Skype. And with that being said, we're just going to wrap it up for tonight and get back to one of us, and we'd be happy to lock arms and run this race with you, ladies and gentlemen. So you have a great night, take care, and all the best.